Hello class, welcome to your new lesson on summarizing and responding to academic articles. This is Chantel Daniels, your instructor. Let's start with an overview of our plan for this lesson. So we're going to quickly look at the purpose of this lesson. Then we'll discuss active reading strategies, what it looks like to outline your academic articles, and we'll end with a summary and response paper. So what does it mean to write a summary and response paper? Okay, so let's begin. The purpose of this lesson is different from what we've been doing. So far we've studied how to analyze a poem. However, we're going to move into a form of academic writing called summary and response. And in order to do that, we're going to study a new piece of content, which is called cultural anthropology. In particular, we're going to look at an academic writing called the anthropological view of religion. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. So think of analyzing poetry and put that to the side. You understand how to do that. You've done a good job with doing that. So now let's move on. Now for this lesson, you're going to read, as I said, an academic article. This is something that you will need to learn how to do as you move into your academic major. So again, you're going to read an article. We're going to look at how to understand new vocabulary without always looking in a dictionary. We'll discuss active reading strategies. We'll look at things like highlighting. For example, when you read, what do you do? Do you just read and continue reading, or do you engage with the text? Do you read with a pencil in your hand? If not, then you need to do that. So active reading means doing something when you read, not just reading the words and then getting to the end and thinking about it, but actively thinking about it while you're reading. So if you do not do this now, begin doing this. Read with highlighters and pens and pencils nearby. So as you read, you need to highlight key ideas. Highlight new words. Or underline. Take a pencil and underline vocabulary. Underline things that are new to you, things that are interesting to you. It's your choice how you want to do it. You come up with your own style. But the point is, you need to engage with the article. Again, as you're reading, write down thoughts that you have. Write questions that you have about things in the article. This is what it means to actively read. Now, as you're reading, you should be creating a vocabulary journal. What that means is to pull out new words that you're learning. Write the word, write the part of speech. Is it a noun, a verb, an adjective, adverb, etc.? And then write the definition. What does it mean? And then write a sentence using that word. Now, this is not something that you need to do for me. This is something that is for you. You're here to learn, so try this strategy. Okay, so now when reading, you will need to organize the ideas in the article, especially for the essay that you will write next. So again, you need to read and then determine what's most important, what's a detail to support that idea. So if you follow with me, let's look at this outline organization. When reading an article, if you write down an outline, you'll need to first begin with the main idea of the entire article. So you'll need to read, try to figure out what is the purpose of this article. One way to do that is to look at the title, look at the topic sentences of each paragraph, and then read the conclusion. By doing that, you should be able to determine what the purpose of this article is. So again, write your outline by starting with the main idea of the whole article, then move on to the main idea of each paragraph, then find an important detail in each paragraph, and you can support that with a quote. So here I have the example outline. You would follow that for each body paragraph in the article. So let me give you an example. You can find the original text on page 12 of your book. I believe the name of the article is, let's see, the name of the article is Symbolic Systems and Meanings. So let's look at what I've created for you. Again, we're beginning with the main idea of the entire article. So when studying various cultures, it is important to understand the multitude of symbols that exist in each culture. I would say that's the main idea of the article. Then I move on to, and again, I'm looking at the very first paragraph. It's only lines 1 through 5 on page 12. So after looking at the main idea of the whole article, then I'm looking at the main idea of the first paragraph. And to me, that is the definition of a symbol. What is a symbol? So that's this part. Now, looking at the next part, an important detail. In that first paragraph, it says symbols are like coins. That is an important detail. Now, I want to support that detail with a specific quote or example from the article, and I've done that with this one. On, let's see, on line 2, it says on one side are physical characteristics and on the other side are the meanings. So that helps me to understand that very first paragraph. So now this is something that you will need to do for the article that we're going to study on page 23. Now in doing that, that will help you to organize the ideas, again, because you're going to need that information to write your essay. So now let's talk about this type of writing that you need to do. It's called summary and response writing. So now what is the purpose of this type of writing? Well, it is to take an academic writing and to actively read that article, summarize it, and respond to the ideas discussed in that article. You need to respond by either agreeing or disagreeing and explain why. So it may not seem like something very new, something very radical. You've done something like this when you wrote a persuasive essay, and when you wrote, let's see, a persuasive and an argumentative essay. So you've done something like that, but in those essays you had to come up with an idea and either agree or disagree with it. Here, in this type of essay, you're not coming up with an idea. You're looking at an idea that's already written and you're just agreeing or disagreeing with it and supporting that with evidence. So you're going to need to take some time to review this information. Go into Canvas and you'll see a document entitled How to Write a Summary and Response Paper. Take some time to read that. You'll see steps 1 through 7, and you'll see an explanation and how this type of writing compares to persuasive and argumentative writing, because it is different. Again, the purpose of this is to read an article, analyze it a bit, understand it, dissect it, and then respond to it. Okay, so that is all for this lesson. What you need to do is, again, spend some time reviewing the document on how to write a summary response paper, and then you need to read page 23 through 25. Begin taking notes. Begin writing your outline. You need to be an active reader. I'm going to take a look at your notes when you come to class. All right, have a great day.